Hello, and welcome to the Online Teacher Guide podcast. I'm your host, Brittany, and I'm an online teacher, entrepreneur, and creator behind the Online Teacher Guide and the Online Teacher Guide podcast. The Online Teacher Guide podcast is for the individual who wants to become an online teacher, is already an online teacher, or a brick and mortar teacher. This podcast will also benefit you if you're an entrepreneur working and selling your products and services online. Hello, everyone. I am Brittany with the Online Teacher Guide, and today I have the GOAT, a very the greatest of all time.
I love it.
Laney is here with us today. Okay, so Laney, to get started, will you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Laney Goff. I am an online teacher and coach. I help other online teachers to build successful businesses that allow them a life of freedom. So it's a work in progress every day. But that's my end goal, is to show other online teachers that they have the ability to create a six-figure business that allows them to stay home with their kids or, do things without having to worry about, clocking out or getting time off. That's my end goal.
Yeah. And you've been doing that. Like you are, like I said, you're the GOAT. If you want to learn how to start a successful online teaching business, Laney, you are it. So
thank you for saying that.
Well, as your student, absolutely. So can you tell us about your background? Did you start off with teaching?
Yeah, I actually do not have a teaching degree or teaching license. I went to college and got a degree in mass communication. I actually wanted to be a radio host, and that did not pan out how I thought it would. I've done a lot of things over the past 15 years. I've worked in insurance and most importantly, been a stay-at-home mom. So while I was a stay-at-home mom, I began teaching online with VIP Kid as an online ESL teacher, and I loved it. So once I got into it, I made an Instagram account that was dedicated to my online teaching, and I just started sharing things that were happening with VIP Kid. And soon after that, I got hired with Outschool. And from there, I kept sharing and saw a lot of response from online teachers that they wanted to know what I was doing to see success. And so I took it to the next level, and I created a paid program called The Team, which is Teachers Evolving and Accomplishing More. And I shared all of my secrets to seeing success as an Outschool teacher to get bookings and increase your income.
Wow. Yeah. And as a team member, wow, that membership but honestly, that membership really did set the bar, I feel like, for so many other teachers for success.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to hear that, because, that is the goal. And you are a prime example of a student who really implemented what you learned in the team, and you were able to see that same success throughout school because you put in the work for it. And so to see your success alone from all of it is super exciting for me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I have a few questions. What advice would you tell teachers who are first getting started online teaching?
I would say that it's easy to compare yourself to what other online teachers are doing. I know that whenever I first got into the Instagram community for online teaching, I could see what these other teachers like Nancy Taylor and Angela Silva and Tim, online teacher. So many of them were seeing success outside of teaching online, and that looks really enticing sometimes. But what I think is most important is that in order for you to be able to build streams of income the way that they have, you really have to master your online teaching first. And it's important to start small. And I think that getting your online teaching to a place where it's automated and it happens so naturally and you don't have to put so much time and effort into it is what's most important. That you're delivering classes that are fun and engaging. And then from there, once you have that on automation, you can start to include other streams of income like recruiting or creating a YouTube channel where you get paid for ads and things like that. So that would be my very first advice, is to not look at what other people are doing. Focus on getting your online teaching under wraps first.
Excellent. Yeah. And I completely agree with that. I think that it's so hard to compare yourself to others because when you're online, you only see the success, right? You don't see like those trials and tribulations. And then you see teachers that are like, oh, I make 4,000 a week, or, really, I feel like maybe at their prime or in a very like great spot for them. And so you shouldn't really do that.
Yeah, it's so easy. I mean, I still do it to this day. So I know how easy it can be to get trapped into that. But I do my best not to see what other people are doing. Not that I don't, watch what other people are doing. But, I try not to let it affect me. And I focus hard on what's going on in my life and how I can improve myself and my business.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. So this actually leads into my next question. And that is what do you want to tell teachers, or what advice could you tell teachers who are currently teaching but want to level up?
So if that's the case, then I think a lot of teachers get hung up on if they're not seeing the bookings that they want to see or the income that they want to see, they get hung up on it being an issue with the platform, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand that. You never want to take a hard look at maybe what's going on internally in your online classroom. But the truth of the matter is that there are always going to be students who need to learn from you. And if you're not seeing the bookings that you want or the income that you want, then you really need to reevaluate what it is that you're offering. Is it that your classes aren't specific enough or niche down enough to provide them with something that stands out and isn't just like every other class? Is it your delivery in your class? Is it that you're not making it fun and engaging and you're not connecting with your students the way that you could? So I think reevaluating what's going on in your online classroom is huge.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, of course, we have our niche down and wanting to make sure that our classrooms are top notch, right? We want to make sure that the student and the learner is experiencing pretty much the best class, the best that you have to give and offer, because I mean, it is virtual. So it's harder than being in a classroom, right? Because you have to keep them engaged through video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes a lot more work than you would think.
You're right. And I do feel, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I do get really drained to have, 6 to 7 students in a 30-minute class and having to keep their attention and entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of people think that it has to do with it being a younger audience if you're teaching younger students. But personally, I feel like even if I were teaching teenagers, I would still want to have that high energy for them to stay engaged, because they're going to get bored just like a 4 or 5-year-old would get bored. You're not going to keep their attention and be able to capture them as a re-enrollment if you're not high energy like that. So it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I agree. So can you tell us about some of your upcoming events that you have?
Yeah, the biggest thing that I have coming up is Scale to Success. It's a virtual summit for online teachers to learn tactical strategies to be able to build and scale online businesses. And this ranges in so many topics. I've collaborated with another online teacher, Danny J, who I love and adore. And I know that you've also been a part of her program. And she and I got together amazing group of teacherpreneurs and other experts who have been able to build and create successful online businesses in different areas, like Teachers Pay Teachers or building websites. We even have a CPA coming in to talk to us about the basics of creating a business and budgeting. We have an email marketing expert and how email marketing can allow you to level up in your business. There are so many topics. It's unreal how much is included, and it's occurring on August 5th and August 6th. And Miss Brittany here is also going to be a part of that. She's going to lead us in some wealth mindset yoga, which I have to tell you, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am too. I love being on the mat and I love teaching. So
it's going to be excited. Yeah, me too.
Okay. And then what offers do you have? Like I said earlier, you're the GOAT. So can you tell us about some of the offers that you have, what's going on with you and how other teachers could work with you?
So my Signature Program is my team course, which is an opportunity for Outschool teachers or teachers who teach on platforms like Outschool, where you have to create your own lessons. It is something that gives you insight into tons of strategies for creating lesson plans that are very engaging, how to improve your marketing, whether that be outside of the platform or on the platform. And it also includes a lot of tech tutorials. So understanding how to utilize Google Slides or Nearpod in your online classroom to increase that engagement.
Okay, good. I love that. And then outside of that, what should we be looking forward? Like what's next? Can you tell us? Is it top secret?
Not top secret. Honestly, I think that my audience is still, this is something that I honestly have struggled with recently, is taking a look at what the next step is for me. I love talking about online business in general and how online teachers or teachers have the potential to create really successful businesses. But from what I can tell, my audience is still really, really interested in learning more about online teaching tips. So soon in August, I'm going to begin offering workshops. They're going to be low-cost workshops where I focus on one topic. Some of them are topics inside of my team course, but they're going to be live workshops with limited time replays that you can join, because maybe you don't need to learn everything that's inside of my program, and you only want to learn, certain aspects of it, whether that's how to stand out as an online teacher, how to create classes that are different from what everyone else is offering, things like that. So there will be workshops that are coming in August. Okay.
Well, Laney, I'm so excited for that. And I can't wait for August to get here, because I think that's going to be excellent. And then the last question is, how do you do everything? How do you get it all done? What
Sometimes it doesn't feel like I am. I mean, I think that in all honesty, I could give you all the productivity tips, which I love productivity and learning more about how to master that. But the truth of the matter is that everyone struggles with getting things done. And I'm no different. I am part-time stay-at-home mom, part-time full business entrepreneur. And I think that it's balance is biggest thing for me, is keeping my kids priority. And if I feel good in that personal aspect of my life, then that's going to flow over into my business life. And it allows me to put more energy into it and have more love for what I'm doing. So balance is for sure at the core of all of it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. That gives.
Thank you.
And it's real too. That's like a very real, honest answer, right? It's not trying to tell people, oh, you can, because it's hard.
Right. I mean, it is hard.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
That is. So do you have anything else that you want to say before we end? I want to hand you over the mic.
No, I just want to say that you are crushing it, that you are a prime example of someone who has, number one, mastered their online teaching. And now it's so evident that you are taking things to the next level and adding on other streams of income. And this podcast, I know is going to be so successful for you.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you for coming on. I know that the listener is going to be so ready to hear this and tune in, because like I said, I mean, everyone in the industry knows you or the team membership or your products, because it's just that good.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you, Laney. And this is it. Thank you so much. And I look forward to Scale to Success. I look forward to everything else. And thank you.
Thank you, Brittany.
All right. Bye. Thank you so much.